to go. We're late.
Well, it says it's starting. It says it's starting. I don't see it.
You're good.
Are
You're
we?
good.
You're good.
Right there. I'm looking at you. You're good.
But is it here?
3 in and we're. Oh, that sounded bad.
Hey, we're here. Sorry we're late.
We're
I
not
had
late.
a.
It's 4:01 and nobody's
That's a
here.
minute late. I had a unicorn hair Mary didn't like, and so she was trying to pull it out, but I think she got it. Is it going?
No, but now you're drawing attention. So everybody's gonna be getting a micro.
It'll glisten on my forehead. Hey, welcome back to our TLT Facebook Live. This is our third one, or fourth one if you count our little video. I'm Mr. D, and with me is my exceptional wife, Miss Mar.
That's me. Hey, how are y'all? Hope you're doing good.
We hope everyone is enjoying Teachers Loving Teachers as much as we are.
Well, we don't really know what we're doing, but you know what? We're trying. We're trying to share the love.
We're having fun with it.
Are we though?
We hope you are too. Mary, tell us about TLT.
Me? Was that my talk? Okay, so everybody knows Darren's a prayer person. And so one day he just came to me and said he had this idea that he was tired of, he goes around to different schools and he said everywhere he goes, everybody just seems not down in the dumps, not everywhere.
Struggling.
But people are struggling and he wanted to do something to brighten people's day, make teachers feel better, happier, let teachers know that they're supported and that they're loved and that that there's other people in the same boat they are. And so he had the vision of making Teachers Loving Teachers, and he's got great dreams that are going to come true. He's got big plans of ways that we can help teachers. And now you have TLT, which is you have two babbling idiots here, but we're trying.
You didn't wear a shirt today.
Oh, I didn't, because you tore the tag off. Okay, go ahead.
Guess what?
What?
We now have 433 members.
Woo-hoo!
Don't forget, when we reach 500 members, there'll be a $50 Amazon card giveaway. Get the word out. Invite all your educator friends. Not sure who has seen it. You know, last week we were going to have the mascot slideshow embedded in our live. It didn't work. So I posted it. So go back and look at it. It's a Google slide thing. It looks like a football field. It's pretty good. Moving on.
Side note, Darren had never done a Google slide before. That was something new for him.
I was still doing, what is it?
Because he doesn't have to do that stuff with his job. His job is different, and so.
I was still doing PowerPoint. It still works for
Another
me.
shot PowerPoint.
Yeah.
That was good.
How was your week?
My week was good. We are busy around the house. We are busy cleaning up and getting stuff moved out of our house. Thankful for neighbors who took out our trash while we were out of town because we went to Austin to see 2 of our kids. We saw one kiddo more than the other because one had to work a lot. Watched a dog while he worked, and we enjoyed Georgetown. Hopefully you saw some of our videos, which is one of our favorite places to be. I wanted to show y'all Southwestern University, but
Yeah.
for some reason we didn't.
They're both in Austin, and Georgetown is just north of Austin, so
Our
we
two
like
youngest.
going there a lot.
Yeah, we get bored.
I had a good week too.
Oh, I didn't say. Did I say we had a week off of school? It was nice.
Oh no, it's fall break. Very nice. Very nice.
So I'm rejuvenated, ready to go back.
Yeah, okay. We're right in the middle of getting ready, starting tomorrow,
No.
starting Monday, kitchen remodel, and we have a mess. We have too much junk.
Anyone who knows Darren knows, well, a lot of you don't know him, that Darren is that person on campus that if you have something in the free pile, or if you have something, if someone says, hey, does anybody want this? The first hand that's going to go up is his, and it's going to be either going to his office with his lovely Borellis gets to share with him, or comes to the house. And so it's not we, it's
I have too much junk, but I'm doing better. I admit it. I come from a long line of hoarders. You never know, though, when you might need that old kite twine or that rusty wing nut. As soon as you throw it away, you'll need it.
There's no need for a rusty wing nut.
What we really need to do is the Swedish death cleanse or cleaning. What is that, Mary?
Okay, I saw it on The Middle, which might be my favorite show ever. When I'm not watching reality TV, that's my go-to show if nothing else is on, is The Middle. And Frankie Heck decided they had too much junk and decided to do the Swedish death clean, which is when you're 50 or 55, you throw everything away that you don't really need, so that your family members aren't stuck with it. And so I'm channeling Frankie Heck, and as soon as this is done, we're going to have some trash.
What do you do when you watch The Middle?
I set the timer and I sleep. it's like a
She
sound
falls
machine
asleep.
or something. I fall asleep, but it's my go-to. I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, and we love The Middle. It's a funny show. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
And if you want to know what our life is,
we are the Hex.
Middle. Yeah, we are the Hex.
We are the Hex. We don't have that much to talk about today, but we're going to start off talking about us.
Because everybody loves that.
A lot of you know us, a little bit of our story, not everyone. So let's talk. Like I said before, we met teaching at the same school. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was late November.
October. It was October.
It was
It
October.
was October. Jeez.
We really didn't talk that much. You were sitting in the clinic.
No. You were in the clinic. I was in the office because I was on. Yeah, no.
I was sitting in the clinic, and you were talking to the peeps in the front office.
On the phone. I was on the phone.
You were talking on the phone, and you slammed it down.
No, I gently put it down. I would not slam the phone at
You
school.
gently put the phone down, and I heard you say,
I hate men.
and
I didn't really hate men. I was just angry at the time.
I heard you, and I came out, and I replied, I hate women. We need to get together and compare notes. Long story short, we were both in a rough patch. We were both going through divorces, and we found someone in each other who could listen and understand a little bit about what was going on.
It's hard. It's hard being a teacher and a single mom, and it was hard.
That led
Oh.
to pumpkin carving,
carve a
so
pumpkin.
I guess it was October.
Yeah.
The infamous.
Oh wait, we didn't carve pumpkins together. I could not carve the pumpkin in my class. I didn't have time, and so you carved it after we
Yep.
scooped it out.
And then we had the infamous big toe incident.
Okay, the big toe's a good story. It's coming to you soon, but I had to bring the big toe home.
And eventually we started seeing each other. And 2 years later, we got married and formed our happy little tribe.
Yours, mine, and ours. It hasn't always been happy though. I mean, it's been great, but Darren had one son and one daughter. I had one son, and together we had 2 boys, and we're a blended family of Hot Mess Express, but fun.
But you're right. I'd like to say it's always been hearts and roses, but that's not the case. It's hard. Step parent. Well, parenting's hard. Step parenting's harder. But just remember, you can work through anything. Don't give up. Trust in one another, and love can cover anything.
Yes, it can.
And
Megan says you weren't there when we met.
I
You
would,
don't remember it very well.
and from
He's not like you, Megan. Megan remembers a lot.
parenting and step parenting, we went right into parent caring.
Yeah, we had. So when Darren and I got married, like I said, we had kids, and our kids came along very soon. And when my son would go to his dad's, his kids would come, and vice versa. So our oldest kids really never had that much time together, except when we went on trips to his family or We took like one big.
Very limited times
little
where
time
they all
together.
were all together.
And then as soon as we quit having, when our kids got out, my mom passed away, and my dad, we live across the street from my dad, and so we started taking care of my dad. So dad passed away last January, and this is truly the first time, the last however many months that is, 8 months, that Darren and I
It's just been us.
have ever been alone. So it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
We're not used to. We're not.
We just sit and stare at each other a lot of the time.
It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I hear our dog barking.
She's chasing squirrels.
Okay, we're just gonna let her chase.
Moving on, let's talk about year one experiences.
You kind of already did.
Yeah, I covered mine earlier in the week in a true story post. I kind of try and do those once a week. I don't have
Darren's a writer.
Uh,
Yeah, he likes to write. Me, not so much.
but my first year was rough. Well, my first couple of years were rough. But the first one was really bad.
Your second one, I started writing your observations for you, so that kind of.
Oh yeah, you helped me with lessons and stuff. It was a SPED position working with emotional / behavioral disorder kids. That wasn't a tough part. That's the group I wanted. Those were my people. I could handle the outburst. I could handle the emotions. It was the teaching that I was clueless about. And I really didn't fit in that well in the school. She'll tell you. What?
Okay, so
Shaking your head?
when Darren first got to our school, he wore combat boots, which
I like
there's
them.
nothing wrong with combat boots.
Well,
He dressed a little differently. He still does, bless his heart. He didn't go out of his way to make friends. He wasn't very friendly.
I was shy.
He stood outside the bathroom in our pod a lot, and we thought that was strange. Like, he's always outside the kids' bathroom. Like, what is this weird man doing?
I couldn't trust my kids to go to the regular bathroom, so I got permission from the principal to let them use the staff restroom.
But we didn't know that,
So
we
I was
just
there
thought,
a lot.
We just thought this creeper is hanging out in our bathroom, and
Yeah.
but no,
So
he really was shy. He came out of his shell, and he's
all the looks were warranted. I was a train wreck.
a lovable train wreck.
It was the only class like that at our school, so I was the only teacher. I didn't have a co-teacher. I didn't have a mentor. No guidance, no lesson plans, nothing. And I was lost. I would go home.
And it was a new school. I mean, well, it was a new school.
It was.
It was a 2-year-old school,
Yeah.
and we did not have resources. Like schools now, when they're built, they have stuff that they give them. Our school did not really have that. We had
I had
very,
nothing.
very limited
I
resources.
had to dig. Yeah.
In fact, when I leave my classroom,
Yeah.
there's not gonna be much left. I mean, well, there'll be more stuff, but
You
a lot of
bringing
my
all
stuff.
that home?
No, but a lot of my stuff I bought because we didn't have it.
Oh. Yep.
Anyway, go back. I'm sorry.
No.
You were wrong.
But I would go home every night, defeated, emotionally drained, and try and figure out what I was doing the next day. Day after day after day. It was a struggle. And I was either too scared or too stupid to ask for help in fear of losing my job because of my incompetence. And my observations were bad. They were brutal.
And look at you now.
It felt like they were every week. I'm sure they won't, but I needed the support and feedback. And I somehow made it through the year to my summative conference, and the principal, who I feel is the best principal that I ever had, told me, if I knew you were as clueless as you actually were, I would not have hired you. And I kind of sat there like, oh, thanks. But she said, you learned a lot this year, and you're going to be a good teacher. Just don't give up. Keep trying. So, what was your first year?
My first year was the same principal he talked about, who, I don't know how tall she was. How tall was she?
Not real tall.
She was
She was
tall.
under 5.
Yeah, and she was, and
Fantastic.
she had a laugh that would, the whole school could hear her laughter. She knew education inside and outside. She was I was a first year teacher. I didn't know anything, and I was so intimidated to talk to her that I think every time I talked to her, it was like want, nothing came out. Um,
Charlie Brown
but
teacher.
I wasn't. Yes. Oh, she probably thought, why in the world did I hire her? But she trusted me. She believed in me, and I had a great team that I worked with. Looking back, they were much more experienced. Like one had 20 something years, and one was still fairly new, and one was like 10 years. They did not need to stay after till 5 or 5:30 planning, but they would stay after and plan every day. Tell me what I needed. Without them, I don't know that I would have been successful. So shout out to Kim Ford.
Kim Ford.
Sue Potter and Lisa Pollinardi. I don't know what I would have done without them, because it was because of them that.
And Kim Ford's son now is a principal at junior high in our district. Fantastic. He does a great job.
Without them, I don't know where I would be. But they were my rock, and they taught me. They taught me what it was to be a teacher. Because you can sit through student teaching is great, but it's that first day when you shut the door and you look at all the kids and you think, holy cow, what am I going to do with their mind? And the meet the teacher night. Our school wasn't even finished when we had meet the teacher, and parents were coming in and they were all telling me that their kid was GT, and I'm like, oh
all
my
of
gosh,
them,
all of them,
the whole class.
No, but the majority of them. And one person said, but I'm sure you've seen, or they were telling me about their behaviors, and like, I'm sure you've seen this a lot in your career. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's been it's been 3 days. Yes, but you smile and you fake it till you make it, and here we are, 31 years later. Well,
Yep.
I'm 31. You're not.
29.
But anyway.
The principal we talked about, Small World, she's now a school board member in Georgetown, Texas, and
Yeah.
doing a fantastic job there.
Yes.
She's fantastic.
Go
But after a couple of years, when I started learning what I was doing, I made a conscious effort to get in touch with those new teachers coming in to that position in the district, and just to let them know, hey, I'm here. If you need anything, either on the ED behavioral side or the lesson plan side with these kiddos, let me know, and I'll be here for you. So I did that for 15 years. But after about year 12, it started to wear on me, which is not surprising because burnout rate for that type of class is 3 years. So I'd been doing it 12 before it really hit me.
And Darren's pretty much a chill, patient guy.
I try.
But you could see he was bringing it home with him, and you never lost your patience, but you could tell he needed something different. So at night, he would be doing stuff with our kids, and I would be looking on the computer at any district around, looking for some job that I thought would.
And finally, you
would
suggested
be
I do
perfect
what?
for him. I found a job in Alvin that had been open. Like every time I kept looking, it was for a vision teacher.
TVI, teacher of the visually
And we
impaired.
didn't even know what that was, but I noticed it was never being filled. And so I told him to look into it, and he talked to a friend.
So I did, and a couple of summers, and every Saturday, driving to Houston.
To go back to school was a lot, because he had to learn Braille, not by touch, but by sight, and it was a lot. And then I was a single mom.
And then I
while
passed
that happened.
my certification, and then the job was filled by somebody else.
Yay! That's how our life goes.
Thanks, Jamie. But then I subbed for him, and a position opened up, and I got hired. And it was hard. I don't like change, and I was having to leave Mary and our youngest at the school they were at. But I became a itinerant teacher, working with the blind and visually impaired. Again, new job. I didn't know what I was doing.
He would come home at night and he would have his notebook and he would be planning out his day. I'm like, what you doing tomorrow? I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out.
But I had a phenomenal mentor, and I had a team that I could go to with any question. and they would let me observe them and help me, and it was a completely different experience having that support. It was fantastic.
I just thought, give TBI teachers a plug. There is going to be a shortage of them.
There is a shortage now.
There is a shortage, so there's going to need to be some TBI teachers if you're interested in
I
going that
highly
route.
recommend it. It's
Who did
wonderful.
you go through?
In Texas, you either go through Tech or SFA, and you do it remotely. Now I'm sure it's from your home. When I went, we would have to drive up to the Region Center and do it remotely from there. But I love it.
But it's a very
It's
much,
something new all the time, and it's yeah,
and he works one-on-one with kids.
yeah.
And I just saw Pam Delgado said she remembers being on my interview, and she's still hard. Thank you, Pam.
Oh, Pam.
So, but go back to your support. You had good friends.
Good friends, good support is a game changer. So some of you posted about your first years. We want to hear from more people. It was your first year. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it a struggle? Did you?
Or what made you stay? Like, what made
Yeah.
you decide that you wanted to stay in education? Because
Yep.
I know the reason I'm still where I am is because my coworkers.
Yep.
They make me smile. They make me cry. They listen. They vent. They tell me to suck it up, Buttercup, and they make it fun to come to work every day.
But also,
Not that the kids don't. The kids do too, but you know what I mean.
be observant in your school. I mean, if you see someone struggling, or even if you don't, if you just get a feeling, or even if you don't, just when you see someone, just ask them how they're doing. Reach out to them. You could be the lifeline that they need at that moment.
Or is there anything I can do to help? Same way with subs. When
Yeah.
there's subs that eat in the lounge, I always try to say, hey, how are you? Who are you subbing for today? Just to make people feel welcome and that they're not alone. Because it's no fun to be in a place where
And we've
people
known some excellent subs over the years. Rosemary Guidry
I know,
started out sub for you with
with one of our kids.
long terms. I thought it was both of them.
No.
No?
Just Jerry. And she did not know that all she needed to do was take the exit to be a teacher. And so.
Yeah. Remember Mrs. E's?
Yeah.
She was great.
We had some good subs.
Yep.
Turning.
There's also a shortage on subs, so if you know someone,
They all know they're speaking to the choir.
oh, that's true. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, that's about it.
But share your experiences. We want to know. There's people who want to know because you never know what struggling teacher could be reading these posts and think, "Oh God, that's me."
Yeah.
Or maybe they can reach out and say, "This has happened. What can?"
Or if you're struggling yourself and you're scared to say anything, you can post anonymously on our site.
Or you can.
Or
you
put
can
your
message
name on
us,
it.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, and
So we're good.
somebody will reach out and maybe give you some advice that can help.
He knows a lot of people.
She knows a lot of people. She's a people person. I'm not so much. I try. I'm doing better. But that's about. We had some inquiries from people who aren't on Facebook about TLT. So
we started a YouTube channel they're all it's just these videos basically that he's uploading. And I started Instagram. It's
Instagram, yep.
And it's Teacher Loving Teachers. It is in a very crude form, but we're gonna get better.
We're getting it. We're learning.
We're learning, as Blake says, Blake our son. We're boomers, but we're trying.
We're not boomers.
We're not.
Our parents are boomers. Gen X all the way, baby. Yeah, he
That's
calls us
okay.
boomers.
It's okay. We said that already. Okay, go for it.
Here's a teaser. Next week, we will talk about some of our past costumes that we've worn for different things. And
Oh, heavens.
it won't be next week, but we'll cover the big toe at some point.
You'll have to hear about the big toe. It'll be funny.
But remember, please keep sharing and visiting the site. We want everyone involved. Don't forget, 500 members, a $50 Amazon card. It'd be nice
if
if
500. I'm like, baby, I
No.
don't know where you're getting 500.
it'd be nice if
It would be
if we
nice.
could get there before Christmas
Oh.
and someone could do that. I don't think we will. Go 4:30. Well, it's possible. I don't know.
Who knows? It's okay, but the more the merrier.
Yeah.
just remember to share. Share so people know that they're not swimming in the sea alone.
And from Mr. D and Mar, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of the weekend, and remember, always
Love one another.
love one another.
Thanks. Bye guys.